Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Arlington Weekly News. I'm Craig Nolan. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, I'm Mary David.
I'm Nort Beckerman.
Here we go with our post-Veterans Day show for 2015. A belated Happy Veterans Day to all of us veterans out there. And we hope you're having a safe and enjoyable Veterans Day, post-Veterans Day holiday. Well, here we go with our first show. I'd like to first say welcome to Mary David here, who's sitting in tonight and anchoring the news in lieu of everyone else who happens to be on assignment somewhere, either to Southern California or the Caribbean or someplace like that. So Mary was very good to agree to help us out and fill in tonight.
Happy to be here.
Thanks for being here. Okay, well, our usual lineup, we have news and our CBB Community Bulletin Board file. Nort Beckerman is here in the flesh doing his
Special Brain Healthy Moment.
special edition of Brain Healthy Moment, our News for Seniors segment, and then an interview that I did a little earlier with the folks from Teatro de la Luna, sitting in for Rich, who's a little under the weather but improving, talking about their 25 years of productions for Teatro de la Luna. And that's our show, but before we begin, a social media reminder here from our new co-anchor, Mary.
You can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News.
All right, here we go with our first of our news items. Just in time for the holiday season, a group of Arlington Public School students were accepted to play in the Northern Virginia All-Regional Orchestra. The 5 students from Yorktown and Washington Lee will perform at Fairfax Woodson High on November 14th. The orchestra is one of only 4 highly selective regional organizations in Virginia with over 100 string, wind, and percussion instruments and musicians. The best performers of each instrument can audition for the All Virginia Band and Orchestra. Congratulations to these musicians. I'll get that in a minute. Sabrina Schuster, who plays violin from Washington Lee. Jacob Dormuth, who plays bass. He's from Yorktown High School. Megan Greiko is a bassoon player from Yorktown. And Hannah James, a piccolo player from Yorktown High School. Also Kaylee Nice, Kaylee, a trumpet player also from Yorktown High School. So congratulations to all of those young high school musicians for this great honor. Mary.
From a student musical arts competition to a student literary and visual one, the 2006 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Literary and Visual Arts Contest is now accepting entries. The deadline is 5 p.m. on Friday, December 4th. The annual competition is open to any Arlington Public School students in grades K through 12. Entry forms are available at APS schools, Arlington libraries, and county community centers. You can also register and get more details at www.apsva.us. This year's topic is to use the following quote from Dr. King to describe how someone or something in your life helped you become who you are or determine your beliefs today. We are not the makers of history. We are made by history. The description can be written or a visual art piece. Back to you.
All right. Thanks, Mary. Here we go also in our news items. Well, the 2016-2017 vehicle decal design competition is now open for high school students. The annual event, in its 12th year now, is available to all students who live in Arlington or anyone who attends Arlington Public Schools. The deadline is 30 November at 5 p.m. The competition gives students a chance to highlight their design skills by creating the annual county window decal that goes in your vehicle. You can visit taxes.arlingtonva.us/vehicle decal design competition for more details. Mary.
Thank you, Craig. The 2015 Human Rights Award winners have been announced. Lenny Gonzalez is the only individual that won. 3 organizations also won: Hogar Immigrant Services, Mac Civics Association, and Our Lady Queen of Peace Catholic Church. The theme for 2015 was immigrant rights. Ms. Gonzalez has worked for years to advance Hispanic and other minorities' rights. Hogar Immigrant Services has provided immigrant services in Arlington's Catholic Diocese since 1981. Our Lady Queen of Peace is a Catholic parish that has provided food, housing, and immigration services in the county for years. Nowak Civic Association started in the late 1920s to support African American rights. They now work to support all minorities' rights to vote.
All right, and moving along now to our CBB, our Community Bulletin Board file. Some information now on OAR, Offender Aid. Offender Aid and Restoration of Arlington, or OAR, has several volunteer opportunities. Their number should be on your screen there, 703-228-7051, or you can go online at www.aoronline.org to get more details. Here are a few of the positions that they need to fill. First on the list is a special request for a special events volunteer for on-off projects such as Thanksgiving baskets and Project Christmas Angel. Duties include data entry, cold calling, making handouts, choosing event items, assisting with event organization, and helping out on site at the event. A couple more volunteer opportunities now from OAR. A person that has expertise in WordPress. OAR needs a webmaster and web trainer. They're looking for someone comfortable with WordPress to make occasional basic updates to the OAR website. The webmaster would also train staff on how to make these changes. And also in volunteer opportunities at OAR, they need short and long-term volunteers to update their Salesforce database. Volunteers would also train senior staff on the use of the system. Mary.
Finally, OAR needs an expert or aspiring expert on Mobile Cause, a mobile phone technology platform for fundraising and marketing. After learning how to use the software, the volunteer would train the executive director on how to use it. Here is a reminder that you can contact OAR at You can contact OAR at phone number 703-228-7051 or online at www.oaronline.org. Back to you, Craig.
All right. Also in our CBB file, there's one more option in Arlington for you if you prefer to buy organic food. My Organic Market, or MOMS, is opening an Arlington branch at 901 North Veach Street. It's right at the intersection of Veach and Lee Highway. You can check them out and check out some of their grocery items at their grand opening. That'll be held Sunday, November 15th to Monday, the 16th, from 9 to 9, and it's free, FREE free. There'll be plenty of parking. Highlights include live music from Arlington-based musicians Callista Garcia, Northern Virginia Conservation Trust, and other environmental organizations, free car charging stations, goodie bags, henna art, and a lot more. 5% of the proceeds of the sales at the grand opening will go to MOM, Moms Clean Air Force, which is a community of moms and dads united against air pollution and climate change. You can visit their website, www.momsorganicmarket.com, for more details. And some information now on the Balalaika Society. Hurry.
The Washington Balalaika Society is back with a new program this season. You can watch Musical Treasures featuring soprano Olga Orlovskaya, conductor Svetlana Nikonova, and balalaika virtuoso Andrei Savilev.
Sevilla. Something like that. Close enough.
Andrei Savilev. There will be events on Saturday, November 21st at 8 p.m. at F. Scott Fitzgerald Theater and Sunday, November 22nd at 3 p.m. at Kenmore Middle School. It costs $25 for adults, $15 for students and $20 for seniors. Visit www.balalaika.org or call 703-536-5785 for tickets and more information. And now we will go to Nort Beckerman.
Hi, I'm Nort Beckerman, author of User's Guide to a Healthy Brain. If you've heard me on a Brain Healthy Minute, you would have heard me suggesting do this or do that to be brain healthy. But why all of a sudden should you start thinking about the health of your brain? Well, that's because what we believed about the brain for centuries and what we believe about the brain today are radically different. That change has been driven by an information revolution produced by new technology. For centuries, it was believed that the human brain was a fixed genetic inheritance, that it was a passive receiver and distributor of information, that most people stopped producing experience-dependent brain cells in their early 20s. Experience-dependent brain cells allow us to absorb new information, make memories, and learn new things. If we stopped making experience-dependent brain cells in our early 20s, then brain plasticity didn't apply after that either. Brain plasticity refers to the movement of brain cells, cell pathways, and memory storage in response to need, importance, and priority. Brain plasticity is continually organizing and reorganizing the internal structure of your brain in response to what you do and don't do. But that all changed in the late 90s when it was proven that humans continue to generate experience-dependent brain cells throughout life. That meant that brain plasticity did apply. The brain continued to respond to what we do and don't do throughout life. The internal structure of your brain is constantly changing. Your brain is not a fixed genetic inheritance. It's not a passive distributor of information. It's an active user of the information it receives. The brain is the control center of the brain-body system. But there are caveats. First, we generate experience-dependent brain cells at different rates throughout life, depending on what you do or don't do. Second, if you don't use experience-dependent brain cells fairly quickly, they become unusable. And third, if the brain doesn't continue to receive new information, learn, it starts to shrink. If it does receive new information, it will increase in size. That makes learning and receiving new information incredibly important to the brain. There's a good reason. The first rule of the brain function is that it must survive. The second rule is that the brain only knows what it knows. The more the brain knows, the better decisions it can make regarding survival. So, learning is key, but the brain is a living, functioning structure. As such, it must be maintained. Its components must remain healthy. Think about how you would feel if you were sick, low on energy, heavy head. Would you feel like working? Unlikely. If you have to work, do you think you would do as good a job as you would before? Undoubtedly not. When you felt better, would you do your best? Probably. That's the situation that the brain is in, but the brain has no choice. It must work. And since it has no pain nerves, it can't tell you that it's hurting. It wants to do a good job, so it does the best it can. And the only way you know it's hurting is with performance or a lack of performance. Now, if you're typical, your response to this is that there's nothing wrong with your brain. That's your brain's comfort zone talking. Your brain responds to what you do and don't do. That determines what you can and can't do, which in turn determines what you will and won't do. What you will and won't do describes your brain's comfort zone. That's where your brain feels comfortable and safe, and most likely that's where you are today. But your brain's comfort zone is not static. It can expand or shrink depending on what you do and don't do. The two things that it depends on to survive and function effectively are learning and health, so that it can act on what it knows. Regardless of what's happened in the past, a normal brain is resilient. It can be repaired, rebuilt, and brought back to a healthy state at any age, as long as you know what to do and persist in doing it. And that's why I keep saying, do this or do that on a Brain Healthy Minute. Being brain healthy will open up doors you never knew existed, take you to new heights, make life even more exciting than it is. So remember, continue to learn, stay properly hydrated, watch what you eat and drink, stop the damage doing, stay physically active, and make sure you get a good night's rest. For more information, you can go to my website, www.ybhc.info. I'm Nort Beckerman, the Brain Health Coach. I'll see you next time for a Brain Healthy Minute.
All right, good stuff. A lot of information there,
Yeah.
Nort. I'm not sure that the plasticity of my brain is able to absorb all that. Sometimes my brain just feels like plastic and not plasticity.
Just keep working on it, Craig.
Keep working on it, but
Just keep working on it.
lots of good information there.
Definitely.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Nort.
No problem.
Okay, well, moving right along now with my plastic glasses here in front of my plasticity brain. Time for our, is it news for seniors? It is. Here we go. This fall take two, markets are filled with bright orange squash, fall colored roots, and whole grains. You can learn practical tips and tricks for preparing fall vegetables at a demonstration by Katie Strong, a dietitian and nutritionist with the Virginia Cooperative Extension. That'll be coming up on Wednesday, November 18, happy birthday to me, from 11 a.m. to noon at Arlington Mills Senior Center. For more information, give them a call. Numbers on your screen there, 703-228-5722. Mary.
Happy early birthday.
Oh, thank you. Slipped out there, sorry.
Over the winter, you will want to stay warm by continuing to eat hearty vegetables. You can enjoy tasty treats and learn recipe ideas for savory leafy greens and beans. Katie Strong, a Virginia Cooperative Extension agent and registered dietitian and nutritionist, will host again. The event is on Tuesday, December 15th from 11 a.m. till noon at Langston Brown Senior Center. Call 703-228-0955 for details. This event is sponsored by the Alliance for Arlington Senior Programs. Back to you, Craig.
All right, here we go. As promised, now more on our News for Seniors file. Well, many of us don't get enough iron, calcium, or B12 in our diets. Katie Strong will provide tips for getting important vitamins and minerals into your diet. This event will be coming up on Monday, November 16, from 11 till noon at Culpeper Garden Senior Center. To learn more about this event, give them a call. Here's their number, should be on your screen up there, 703-228-4403. And this event is also sponsored by the Alliance for Senior Adult Programs. Mary.
Enjoy a bilingual book conversation on Tuesday, November 17th from 10:30 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. at Culpeper Gardens Senior Center. It will be led by Julia Kierig. All participants should be fluent in Spanish. Call 703-228-4403 for more information. Back to you, Craig.
All righty. And also in our News for Seniors file, well, Lee Senior Center has a new in-house band which meets twice a month. The group plays music from the 50s, 60s, and early 70s. I think they call themselves the Rocking Chairs, unless that's another group. They've got a couple of groups over there, I think. You can listen to this great group on Wednesday, November 18th. I won't do it again. From 10 a.m. till noon at Lee Senior Center. For more information, give them a call. Their number's on your screen there, 703-228-0555. Do we have more news for seniors? That's it. Thanks to Judy Misabni of OSAP, Office of Senior Adult Programs, for helping us out and sending these announcements. And we'll be back with a sign-off and a bye-bye after we look at an interview that I recorded a little earlier with the good folks from Teatro de la Luna. Hi everyone, I'm Craig Nolan, sitting in for our good friend Rich Masabni, who's a little under the weather tonight, and I'm doing his interview for him. So it's a great pleasure for me to do that for Rich and to introduce our guest this evening from Teatro de la Luna, celebrating 25 years of music and theater and dance at Teatro de la Luna. And we have with us in the studio this evening Nucky Walder, who is director, producer, entrepreneur,
I work
energy.
I work for the theater.
She works for the theater. And also Jorge Anaya, who is musical director at Teatro de la Luna. And they have been doing this for 25 years, and they have a special November presentation coming up. They're calling it, I don't know if I should practice my Spanish or not, Novembre de Marimba, Mariachis y Magia.
Very good.
How's that?
Oh, perfecto.
So, bienvenidos, Arlington Weekly News. Welcome to both of you, and thanks for joining us. Nucky, you've been at this for quite a while. How does it feel to have 25 years
25.
gone by pretty quickly?
Younger than ever.
Younger than ever. Good answer. Wonderful. And Jorge, you've been doing music at Teatro de la Luna for how many years?
Well, just about the same amount
same
when
amount.
I first met the director, Mario Marcel, yes.
Yes, and we have, there are three things we want to talk about. The marimba band, which was on November 7th, but can you talk just a little bit about the marimba and how it came to be?
Absolutely. Marimba is an instrument that's been part of the Central American culture for many years. Not as popular as we would like it to be for everyone, but it's been part of that folk cultural part of Central America, and that includes Guatemala, Nicaragua, El Salvador, and Costa Rica.
And it's kind of like a xylophone, but it's made of wood.
That's exactly right.
And
yes.
it came originally from South Africa.
We believe that it did come from Africa, yes.
And it's a very typical part of the Spanish sound of music.
That's correct,
Hispanic
yes.
music. And now, that as of this taping was coming up on November 7th, the marimba band. This is all happening at the Spectrum. The next one coming up is the 14th, which is the mariachis band. And can you talk a little bit about the mariachi band? That is also a very typical sound. Everyone thinks mariachi bands originated in Mexico. Did they? Or
that's where mariachis come from originally, and it's that music that you can just about go anywhere in the world and find a mariachi band.
Yes.
I know of Japanese bands. I know of Americans, putting a mariachi band together.
It's worldwide.
It's worldwide. That's my point. Yes. So in this occasion, Teatro de la Luna is putting this wonderful show that will include a mariachi band called Son de America. That's the name of the band. We're also having Maru Montero, which is a dance company. So we're putting them together, and with music and dance, we're going to entertain all of the good people that will come to see us at Spectrum. Rosslyn Spectrum Theater.
Entertain and celebrate as well.
And celebrate the 25 years, yes.
And the typical sound of a mariachi band, you think of the trumpet. That's the sound that I think of most
Yeah,
of the time.
I think it's because it's
but
the
there are
loudest.
other instruments in a mariachi.
That is correct. The trumpet being the loudest is the one that calls the most attention. But we also have violin, guitar, vihuela, which is a smaller 5-string guitar, and the guitarrón, which is the bass,
Guitarrón,
the
I like
big
the
guitar, which
guitarrón.
is the bass instrument.
Yes, I like that
And a little bit of the history would be that a mariachi band starts with 3 guys, that do serenades and parties and everything else. But with the European influence, we have the violin and the trumpets, and then that's where the mariachi band begins to grow. And you can find bands now up to 25,
That's a big mariachi
like a big
band.
symphony sound
It is like
of a mariachi band that will include other instruments like keyboards and stuff.
Well, so the mariachi band has really grown and evolved over the years.
That's
to
right.
be more than 3 original guys. And that's coming up on the 14th of November. This is all happening down at this Rosslyn Spectrum Theater on Kent Street down in Roslyn. The number should be on your screen. If it's not, You can check it out on their website. Or also Teatro de la Luna's website and phone number, 703-548-3092. Give them a call and they'll be able to tell you all about what's happening for their 25th year celebration. And the third part of this is going to be the Magica show.
Magia.
Magia show, the magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magic show
Magic
coming up
shows.
also with Juan Estrella, who is a wonderful musician who's coming to work his magic.
He's incredible. If you want to be impressed, if you want to be entertained with magic and
I like
illusion,
magic. Magic's fun.
I would say this guy, ranges up there with all the, one of the best musicians I ever seen.
And this one is coming up when? Where are my notes?
The 20th and the
20 and
21st.
21st, also at the Spectrum. So call for tickets and information. I think the information is on your screen there. The 20th and the 21st, 2 shows of magic. Also, then the 14th is going to be the Mariachis band, and a lot of good stuff happening in November. Anything else you'd like to talk about quickly before we go? We got about a minute left.
Please
Boy.
come and enjoy
Come
with
and enjoy
us.
and dance and celebrate
because it's time
and-
to celebrate our 25 years.
Well,
in
congratulations to
Arlington.
both of you and all of
Thank
the folks who work are part of Teatro de la Luna for 25 years and for 25 years more.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having us. It's
Yeah.
really, theater is not an easy thing to.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of
a
work.
lot of work.
But with a little music there and some good people to help you along, I'm sure you're going to have a great time.
We
so
will.
thanks to both of you for
too.
coming on and talking to us a little bit. Happy 25 years. And I think I'm going to stop down and maybe see some mariachi band myself.
Bring the whole family.
Bring the
Please.
family. Thanks to all of you for watching. Feel better soon, Rich, and we'll send it back to the desk. All right, thanks to Rich, I guess, for letting me sit in there and talk to those wonderful people, Nucky and Jorge from Teatro de la Luna, celebrating 25 years, and they've got a lot of really good stuff coming up in the month of November that they're going to be offering down at the Spectrum in Roslyn. So if you have a chance, stop down there and see some of the things that Teatro de la Luna is going to be offering for their 25th anniversary. Should be good. Okay, well, we're just about out of time. Anything else to add before we go?
Yeah, just remember that not only older people should be concerned about brain health, people of all ages
And
should be concerned
all
about
across
brain
the
health.
age spectrum.
Yeah,
Learning something new is critical from what
Critical.
you said. And exercise and plenty of rest and water and all that stuff.
that's right.
It all affects your brain, and your brain affects who
The
you
rest
are.
of you.
Everything.
The rest of who
You are your brain.
Okay, well, that's it. We thank you for watching this edition of the Arlington Weekly News. Next week, if you're there, we'll try to be here, and we'll do it all again. Have a safe week and a belated Happy Veterans Day. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.